We welcome our viewers all over the world, wherever you are welcome. And if you are new to this channel, we are asking you to be part of this family by subscribing, like, and share. We also want to hear your comments on everything that we talk about. So today we are continuing with the topic of Laura meal. Roller meal is one of the staple foods in Zambia. And if you missed the other episode that we did, I would encourage you to go back to that one and watch it and see where we are coming from, you see. Because today, like last week, we talked about how Laura meal was more expensive than breakfast. It was because Laura meal, we would take a lot of mealie meal or corn meal to make a meal. So because of the amount of corn flour that you need in order to make a meal, it made it more expensive than breakfast. Because for Laura meal, you need a lot. For breakfast, just a little bit. So because of that, we concluded that Laura meal was more expensive. But today we want to talk about the other. While Laura meal has got a lot of advantages in terms of nutrition, it also has some disadvantages, okay? So if you are one of those people, like me, Vapiri, who has some problems with stomach, when you drastically change from Laura meal from breakfast to Laura meal, I would encourage you that you go and meet the doctor. We are going to give the advice through life experience, but we are not medical doctors to diagnose your situation. But if you are like one of us, you would be very careful to pay attention to what we are going to be talking about. Because today we'll be talking about this, one of the disadvantages of Laura meal. One of the disadvantages of Laura meal is that it can create some kind of constipation. If you have got, especially if you are getting older, you are getting above 40, somewhere there, you are one of those people we describe as the older generation of Zambians. If you are in that category, you have to be very careful when you are changing from breakfast to Laura meal, because you may develop some stomach problems. I think when you meet the doctor, they may describe it as one of the issues with the stomach problems. One of those issues is called constipation, okay? So constipation will mean that you'll be having a bloated stomach, and you may have some difficulty going to the bathroom, using the bathroom, okay? And if you push too much or you force too much, when you sit on the bathroom pot and you force too much, you apply too much pressure, you can create other problems, especially when you are getting older. You can create other problems like hernia, which is, I think here they call it belly button. Have you seen? But I mean, it's a problem with the umbilical cord. You see, the umbilical cord is very sensitive in the middle of the stomach. It's very sensitive. So if you apply too much pressure when you are using the bathroom, you can stress the umbilical cord. Pachisheva timati mchombo, pachizungu isi umbilical cord. But if you are sitting down on the toilet pot and you are pushing too much because of constipation, and that constipation has come because of you have suddenly changed from breakfast to Laura meal, you can have this problem of belly button. That's what they call it here. But in Zambia, we call it, it's a umbilical cord, you know. I think they call it hernia. something like that, hernia. I'm not a medical doctor, so everything we are discussing here, if you are a medical doctor and you are watching us, I would like you to make some comments and try to enlighten us. We are all learning. Nobody is an expert in any field. So if you are here, you are watching, you are a medical doctor, please try to explain to us. Leave a comment on how hernia, when you're pushed too much, it can damage your umbilical cord. It can also damage your back, you know, and that will be called, I think, medical doctors who are watching, please explain these things to us. Give some comments down there, explain in details for people to understand. I think when you push too much at the back, you may have some problems with what they call hemorrhoids, you know. Hemorrhoids. You may have something coming out from the back. Not only the waste material, but also your part of your skin coming out from the back when you sit on the toilet pot and you are pushing too much. Sometimes the back can also crack because of the constipation. And that constipation has been caused by raw meal, you know, because you have changed suddenly from breakfast to raw meal, you see. So for those of us who are planning to change that diet, because that's what we have been advised by the mother of the nation, and we have to obey her. So for those of us who are going to change, I would advise, as a layman, not as a doctor, but as a layman, please do it gradually. You know, like when you make your meal, you can use breakfast for the porridge. And then when you are making the nshima now, which is called the thick porridge, you can now use raw meal. That way, you are gradually changing, and your body, your stomach can also respond slowly. You know, don't just say because the vice president has said this, and then you just go and just buy breakfast raw meal right away, and then you begin to use that. No. Especially if you are getting older, you may have some other complications. So please see the doctor and make sure that you understand what we are talking about. Make sure that you understand what we are talking about and you consult the doctor, because there are other complications that can come. You know, you can develop constipation. You can also develop hernia, which is called belly button. You can also cause some damage at the back, which is called hemorrhoids. You see? So all those problems are life-threatening situations. So I would advise strongly that you don't just change suddenly. Make a gradual change. Over a long period of time. Then you can switch from breakfast, because they said it was expensive, to raw meal, which they claimed it was cheaper. But we saw from the facts that actually raw meal is more expensive. But that's what we have been told. So what can we do? That's what we have been told by the mother of the nation. So we are going to go by that. You see. So please, this is a discussion, and if you are in any of these conditions, please see the doctor and let the doctor advise you, but explain the situation that we are talking about. We are talking about constipation, we are talking about the belly button or hernia, or we are talking about hemorrhoids that is at the back. All these things are caused by this sudden change or the constipation. So let's talk to our doctors, and I would like you to leave some comments and see your experience, you know. Let's not just limit ourselves to one experience by me. Let's see other people's experience. So tell us what you have experienced, and let us know what has happened to you. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. God bless Zambia. Thank you.